If you're training for a marathon and quietly worrying what you're going to wear on race day, don't panic, I've got you covered. I've run more than 20 marathons and I've made plenty of kit mistakes over the years and learned what actually matters when it comes to choosing the right kit. And it's a lot simpler than you'll see on a lot of kit lists. You know the golden rule of marathon training, hopefully by now, nothing new on race day. So your kit should be tested on your long runs. The only problem with that is that lots of your long runs are going to be done when it's kind of a bit miserable, a bit grey, maybe a bit rainy. And then come race day, the weather might be a bit different. So testing it over the weeks as we get closer to race day is important. What worked for you in January might not work for you in April. It's important to have options. And comfort beats trends every time. Don't get carried away. If your marathon has got an expo, go, look at all the kit, maybe buy some, but don't buy things that you're going to wear on race day if you haven't used them already before in your training. So your running shoes are your big ticket item. They're pretty important. I think we can all agree on that. What we maybe don't agree on is how important carbon plated shoes are. They've had a lot of press over the last few years. They're becoming more and more popular at big races, but they're not essential. A lot of runners swear by them. They will not consider lining up for a race without carbon plated shoes, but they're not for everyone. And if they're not for you, that is fine. I've been around long enough to have been running marathons before they came on the scene. And I ran some of my fastest marathons without plated trainers. So it's possible to get around and set a good time without them. What is most important is that you've got a pair of running shoes that are comfortable and fit you well. Now, not everyone finds carbon plated trainers comfortable. I've run in some that have been very uncomfortable over the years. One year, I wanted to throw my trainers into the crowd at London Marathon. So comfort beats speed every time, and actually comfort can lead to speed, because if you're not comfortable, you will find it difficult to keep pushing. If you've got a pair of running shoes at the moment that you're very happy with, but their mileage is creeping up, then maybe consider getting another pair and easing those in, doing some of your runs in the new ones, some in the current ones, so that come race day you can choose the pair that you're most happy with. You won't have done all your miles in your existing one and run them into the ground. These ones won't be box fresh and liable to maybe rub, so you can with confidence choose which pair of running shoes out of two that are very similar you're going to wear on race day. Running bras are as important for many of us as our running shoes, and if you've got a good bra that you like, I would again, like your shoes, get another pair, because brands have this habit of changing them, doing little tweaks on the designs, and then they no longer are quite the same as the bra that you loved and ran in till it could no longer hold on. Sports bras are very much personal preference as to how much support you want and need. It will depend on your body shape, but also your preference of what you feel comfortable running in. However, what you might find that during marathon training, your shape and size may have changed slightly. So it's worth, if your bra isn't giving you the support that you want, considering getting fitted for a new one. And old bras lose their support over time. So you might need, if you've been out in it week in, week out for marathon training, you might need another one. Shorts versus leggings is very much a personal preference thing, and yeah, it is dependent on weather to some degree, but it's also about what you're comfortable in. And some runners will not wear shorts no matter what the weather because they don't like to run with their legs out, and that is fine. If you feel more confident in leggings, go for it. If the weather's going to be a tad warm, then look for some leggings that are lighter weight. There are different weights of material. Some range from being like a brushed interior for really cold weather up to some that are very thin and like a second skin. So there's options out there. You might be a shorts fan and be happy to wear shorts all year round no matter how cold it gets. I'm more on your side, but most people will be somewhere in between. So have options when you travel to your race. If it's away from home, take options for different weather conditions. The weather might just surprise you no matter how many times you've checked it. I carry all of my gels for a marathon in my shorts, so pockets are really important to me. Look for pockets. They're really worth it. Even if you're somebody that prefers to have a hydration vest or carry your things another way, pockets, 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 I can't stress enough. But it's an area of clothing where you can have a bit of fun. It should be something that makes you feel confident, makes you feel like you. What you wear on your top half comes with a few more considerations for marathon day. It might be that you're running for charity and that they have a vest that they want you to wear. That might be something you want to do, and it might really draw you and make you feel connected to that cause and the other runners on the course that are running for that cause. You might not want to wear that vest, and that is up to you. Don't be pressured into wearing something that you're not comfortable or happy wearing. What I would say is that you should take that vest out for a trial run before race day, because you want to know that it's a good fit for you and that it doesn't chafe or rub anywhere. If it does chafe or rub and you really want to wear it, obviously speak to them, see if there are any other options for sizes, and it might be that there's a vest or a t-shirt option that might work better for you. If none of that works, then Vaseline. Put some Vaseline on. You can always use K-tape if areas particularly are prone to rubbing, to help you get round comfortably. For some of us, we'll be running for our running club and we'll have our club vest on. If you are fast enough to be taking part in the championship race at London Marathon, then you will have to wear your club vest. But for lots of people, it comes down to what you want to wear, what you feel confident and look good in on race day. And short sleeves, long sleeves, vests, very much dependent on the weather and what you feel like. I would say that long sleeves are almost always unnecessary unless you want to wear them for cultural or confidence reasons. The weather rarely ever dictates that we need long sleeves. It might feel like it in the morning, but come mile 3, you will want to rip those sleeves off. Your accessories are often the last bit that we think about, but they're equally important. So your socks, again, should be things that you've tried and tested. Thickness of a sock can vary, and the shoes that you've known and loved might suddenly feel like they fit completely differently, and that might be down to the difference in the thickness of your sock. So your sock and shoe combo should be tested together on your long runs. If you've worn headphones for all of your training, you might want to be wearing them on race day. You need to check with the race guidance, because some will allow some. They might allow bone conductor headphones but not in-ear or over-ear headphones. Some will have a ban altogether, so check the race details carefully as to what you can and can't wear. And if it turns out that you can't wear headphones in your race, do not risk it. Get used to it now, go out for some training runs. The atmosphere will absolutely carry you around on race day. You won't need them, but get used to that now before you go into race day to give you that confidence that you can do it. A lot of runners want to wear a hydration vest or some sort of running vest that carries their drinks for them on race day. If that is you, that is absolutely fine to do. Just know that there's usually, in most big races, enough drinks on the course that you don't need to purely rely on that. But if that gives you the confidence and that's how you want to carry the things that you are going to take on the course, like gels or maybe carry your phone and whatever, that's absolutely up to you. Again, test it in training. You might get some areas where they rub, particularly as the weather gets hotter. You might not have tested your backpack with quite the volume of liquid that you're going to wear on race day. So that's an important consideration. As you get hotter and sweatier, it's more likely to rub. So be aware of that. And again, you can enforce those places where it's going to be prone to rubbing with some Vaseline or K-tape before race day. The other one that gets overlooked is what you put in your bag for after the race. Number one for me is flip-flops, because once I take my running shoes off when I've finished, I do not want to be putting anything else on my feet other than flip-flops. Your feet will swell during the race and most shoes are going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. You might have some toenail issues, so flip-flops, absolutely number one for me. I also have something warm in there. Even if it's a very warm day, once you stop running, your body temperature will drop and it is very easy to feel very cold quite quickly. I would also put in some wet wipes for a quick freshen up after the finish line. And then I would also put in something that I'm going to look forward to, food or drink wise, something that when I'm running along, I can think that's in my bag and I'm running towards it. So it's going to be different for all of us. It might be some crisps, might be some salty pretzels, might be a bottle of beer. You find what's going to be tempting to you and put it in your bag for the finish line. You don't need perfect kit for a marathon, you just need kit that you trust and that you've tested in your training. Go into that race feeling confident that you've worn it all before and it works for you. There's lots of marathon videos coming up, so if this was useful to you, subscribe and I'll be back soon. I only post when I've got something I think is going to be really important for you.